BTS news. Rain had been pouring down on Seoul since the early hours, but that afternoon, something far heavier than just water from the sky flooded the digital world. Social media platforms erupted when a 24-second CCTV clip somehow slipped through the tight security system of HYB. It wasn't from the main floors, not from the conference rooms, nor from the recording studios, but from a place rarely mentioned in any official documentation: HYB's basement. The clip lasted just 24 seconds. Yet in that short time, a digital frenzy took over platforms like X, Weverse, TikTok, Instagram, and even international news outlets. Not because of the video's grainy quality or the slightly off-center angle, but because of the two figures who stepped into that dimly lit room without any bodyguards, wearing thick hoodies and plain black masks. Each had large white headphones connected to a device hidden beneath their jackets, and in one of their hands was a visible stack of papers, boldly stamped with a single red word: confidential. Someone quickly froze the frame at the brightest point of the video. And although only partial faces were visible due to the high camera angle, armies knew immediately who they were. No confirmation was needed from HYB. No watermark necessary. They could tell by the way they walked, their posture, the stray hairs escaping from beneath the hoodies, even by the way they stood side by side and exchanged a quick glance. Jungkook and Jimin No official statement came from HYB in the first 5 hours after the video went viral. And as is often the case in the K-entertainment world, when something is met with silence, the public only grows louder. Just 1 hour after the clip surfaced, major fan accounts began speculating. By the second hour, the footage had been zoomed in and enhanced, trying to decode the documents Jimin was holding. By the fourth hour, the entire world seemed to be asking the same thing. What's in HYB's basement? And what were Jungkook and Jimin secretly bringing there? Interestingly, the timestamp on the footage showed it was recorded at approximately 1:43 a.m., a highly unusual time for any formal meeting. Add to that the fact they were unaccompanied by managers or guards, dressed for anonymity, and using physical documents instead of tablets or phones. Questions kept piling up. Why the basement? And more puzzling, why paper? HYB remained eerily silent. Even their usually active official Twitter account hadn't posted since 10 a.m. that day, until suddenly, at 5 p.m., at HYB_official tweeted a single emoji. File folders some dismissed it as coincidence, but many instantly linked the emoji to the document Jimin had been carrying. Theories exploded. Was this a secret project? Were Jimin and Jungkook preparing to debut a new subunit? Or were they involved in something even more classified? Some armies recalled old rumors about HYB's basement, not just as a storage room for instruments, but a place used for high-level creative experiments. A space where ultra-secret projects were quietly born and tested. A place accessible only to selected artists and elite creative staff. There had never been concrete evidence of this, until now. Then things escalated further. Not long after the video leak, an anonymous account on X, believed to be a former HYB staff member, tweeted something that sent fans into panic. It wasn't supposed to be filmed. They didn't even know that Cam was still active. This project has been under radar since late 2023. I warned them. The tweet vanished within 3 minutes, but dozens had already screenshotted and spread it across fan communities. Everyone shared the same chilling realization. This wasn't a coincidence. This was part of something carefully constructed, but by whom? No one could say that as night fell. Local armies living near the HYB building reported seeing an unmarked black van entering the basement through an internal vehicle access path. The sound of the engine was faint but noticeable. One fan even managed to capture a silhouette exiting the van, carrying a small metal case. From the way he moved, it felt like Jungkook. But he was walking a bit faster than usual, wrote user at ARMYSOLOG. Still, no confirmation. None of the 7 BTS members posted on social media that day. Even V, who's normally active on Instagram, was silent. Silence. Everything was far too quiet for chaos this loud. Then, at precisely 1:13 a.m. the following morning, someone managed to upload a second recording, even more shocking than the first. Still from the same HYB basement. But this time, the angle was lower, as if the camera had been hidden in the lower part of the wall. The footage showed Jungkook sitting hunched in a metal chair, nodding rhythmically as he listened to something through his headphones. Jimin stood a few feet away, flipping through the stack of papers with a serious expression. And on a small monitor screen behind them, something appeared briefly, faint but legible. BTS Retune 2025, Phase 0 initiated. And in that moment, the world stopped, 1 hour after the second video clip surfaced, clearly showing the text, Retune 2025, Phase 0 initiated. The hashtag Retune 2025 shot to the top of global trends. No one knew exactly what it meant, but the world had made its own conclusion. Something massive is coming, and it's not an ordinary project, not a regular album, not even a simple comeback that keen-eyed fans started dissecting the footage frame by frame. One particular shot drew intense discussion, Jimin pausing while reading a certain page in the document. With digital enhancement, fans uncovered a faint sentence in the top corner. Restricted distribution, members 1 to 7 only. That single line was enough to blow the fandom into full theory mode. What information was so confidential that only the 7 BTS members could see it? Was this their plan, not HYB's? Was it about a secret tour? A hidden album? Or a farewell? From all the speculations, one consistent theory emerged. This was something the members were orchestrating themselves, quietly, without involving HYB's formal promotion system. That explained why they arrived without bodyguards, why they chose the basement, why they used only physical documents and headphones to avoid digital tracking. What shook fans even more was the total lack of audio in the footage. Everything was silent. No voices, no sounds, just gestures, just glances, as if they knew they were being watched, or more than that. As if they chose to remain silent, not out of fear, but because this was bigger than anything they'd done before. Some armies began to revisit small moments previously seen as insignificant. Like when Jungkook suddenly ended his Weverse live 3 weeks ago, saying someone just arrived. Or when Jimin abruptly cut off a live stream because he had to take an important call. Even when V posted a photo of a dark studio with the caption, "There's more below the surface." Was this all planned from the beginning? The next morning, Seoul woke up to an even stranger situation. The entire HYB building appeared to be on lockdown. No deliveries, no artist schedules in sight. Journalists who usually waited outside the gates were moved further back, without explanation. But one local reporter managed to sneak into the nearest parking area and snapped a photo that set the global fandom on fire. A black van exiting the basement. And in the side mirror, Jungkook's face was clearly visible. No mask. His eyes looked red, as if he'd been crying or hadn't slept at all. Even more shocking, in the back seat, someone in a white hoodie was holding an open laptop. Though their face wasn't fully visible, the finger tattoo was unmistakable. It was Jimin. It didn't take long for fans to start decoding everything. One user, at Run BTS Theories, made a thread that instantly went viral. Retune 2025 isn't just a project. It's a signal. The name has been hidden since late 2023 in multiple places. MV graphics, lighting patterns at concerts, even in official merch watermarks. We just didn't notice. And when they posted proof that in the MV for Standing Next to You remix live ver, the word Retune appears for just 0.3 seconds in a glass reflection, everyone froze.
Say I'm